weekend, everybody. It's Kevin Knesset coming to you from the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com this Friday, February 9th. With me is my dear friend Tony Mondaro. Tony, it's going to be pretty warm, right? It's pretty warm right now.
53 degrees today, Kevin.
Wow. I can't remember the last time it was that warm this early on in the year, right?
Almost record breaking. We could get to around the 60 degrees, which I don't think we'll be able to do, but if we got to around 60, we would have been talking some record breaking temperatures. What a nice day today.
Truly. So what's going on this weekend? What are we looking for this weekend, weather-wise?
And I'll tell you something. I think in one word, it's going to be quite unsettled this weekend. We may see the sun from time to time, but I think the clouds win the day. And everybody has asked me, Tony, how come you come on with Kevin? You never give us the local temperatures. How come you don't give us the pressure, the barometric pressure to set our home barometers? Well, here's everybody. Right now, currently across the area, it's 50 degrees after a high of 53, overnight low of 40. It was a warm night last night. We'll knock down the temperatures this afternoon. We got an east wind that kicked in and around 9 miles per hour. And for your home barometers, 30.03 inches, and the pressure is falling, meaning that clouds will be once again coming in. So for the weekend, Kev, I think unsettled with mostly cloudy skies both Saturday and Sunday. Not to say the sun can't make an appearance from time to time, and not to say we might not have a rain shower on Saturday afternoon or evening, with temperatures during each day in the low to mid 50s and overnight low temperatures in the low 40s. The big question is what happens to the next storm system, which, if anything else, will give us back into wintertime temperatures. It'll feel more like winter. I don't know about February, but more like winter, with a chance of some rain developing later on Monday into Tuesday. That rain could change to some snow before it ends on Tuesday, a period of snow. And once again, right now, currently, we think if you live at any type of an elevation, north of Route 4, west of the Parkway, everybody's probably sick of me talking about this now. It's elevational again. You may get some snowfall. And not to say that Harrison, Kearney, and North Arlington, the metro area, is not out of it yet, but we're still some days away. So we're still monitoring this very tight to see, if we do pick up any of accumulating snow for the Tuesday morning rush hour, that's when it would occur. And this will open the floodgates for seasonable temperatures with highs only in the 30s and lows in the 20s for most of next week. So more back into winter weather. Folks, monitor us on Facebook this weekend. We'll start to nail down some accumulations, whether we do get into any type of accumulating snow on Tuesday morning. Much too early to put out any numbers. Much too early. You want to tune into the Weather Channel or Fox Weather. You want the hype. There's plenty of places to go for the hype. We're not going to do it here. We're going to, wait and see, what the models say. Because again, Kevin, I can go from anywhere from nothing at all up to 6 inches of snow. This is what the models are going. But we have no consistency of the models. Not everyone is saying the numbers I just put out. They're all over the place. And if the system goes further south, it may miss us altogether. So something to watch out for, something to keep me up at night, at least for the next couple of days.
Yeah, have you seen any forecasters already who have gone out and given a definitive forecast for early next week? Because that's very bothersome if that's the case.
Well, not only that, Kevin, they'll have the forecast maps and they'll say, well, we can have snow here and snow there and give a couple of numbers. But, I equate that to throwing poop against the wall and making it, hoping that it sticks.
Yeah,
That's
right.
why I equate it to. And it's every time. It's every time you do this. And, we could do an hour-long show on just weather in the media and break down everybody. If you ever want to do that someday.
Yes.
It's insane. That's what it is. It worries people. Is there a potential for some snowfall on Tuesday morning? Yes, but we can't say more than that. The models are not that strong to say that, So, And I think Mike wants to know when it's going to stop in San Diego, the rain. Mike, I already know when the rain's going to start and stop here. Never mind San Diego.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've had a lot of problems out there, and Mike, if you're listening to us out there, please pay attention to your local emergency management and your local National Weather Service office. They'll have all the good information. Kev, I was watching some media yesterday. There were tornadoes in Wisconsin last night. It's February. That's
Wisconsin,
unheard of. And we're talking about stovepipe tornadoes, really, like what you would get in the middle of the summer.
right? It's amazing. It really is. And my uncle Mike, Mike's my uncle, by the way, and when his son Billy came to visit me in 2009, we were driving on the Jersey Turnpike, and there was a thunderstorm, and it was the first time he'd ever seen a thunderstorm, and he was already 16 years of age. So now you
Sure.
get 5 days in a row of weather; they don't know what the hell to do, and
Absolutely.
I worry about places like that that aren't prepared for this kind of weather, but that's the way it is.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So it's been some winter for some people. Here we've had rain, over a foot of rain we've had this whole winter. Thankfully, yeah, Mike just said 2 days ago they had a tornado warning.
Yeah,
That's, that's
in
great.
Carlsbad, California, like you just can't make it up,
Incredible.
right?
Incredible.
What would it have been like if we had colder temperatures with a foot of rain this winter? Would it have been just like ridiculous over here, Tony? Like I don't know how that
Absolutely.
works. Well,
Yeah,
how
it'd be
does it work? Inches of rain
usually
versus snow?
Kevin, usually it's about a 10 to 1. So for 1 inch of rain, you usually have the 10 to 12 inches of snow. But
Wow.
the air is very cold and dry. That could be 15 to 20 to 1. So
Oh,
instead of having, a foot of snow, you might have up to 15 to 20 inches of snow, depending on how dry the air is. Usually, if you have mid 20s and good moisture going aloft over us, and you can make some pretty good snowflakes out of that, you could have good ratios.
unbelievable. So I guess we've been lucky in a way, really, when you look at it like
Absolutely.
that way. Gee whiz.
Yes.
If you're just joining us, Tony Mondaro, the longtime director of the Harrison Weather Center, is with us. And in 2 days, the city of Las Vegas, where it's supposed to be, I think, in the 50s, hosts the Super Bowl, Tony. We didn't prepare this, but how about if I put you on the spot and ask you, who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl on Sunday?
Well, I'm a Swifty at heart, so I'll go with Kansas City.
A Swifty at heart. I love it. I love it. Even though she's destroying the moral fabric of America, right? That's what I've
I love her.
heard.
I love her music.
Oh, I know.
I'm also I'm also a big American Idol fan too. That's starting February 18th on ABC.
Really. Are you a Ryan Seacrest fan, or who? Like, what? Where's your enjoyment for American Idol?
I love the young singers. I
Yeah,
love the young singers, and I loved when I was involved with Unholy Cross Choir for 8 years with Sister Barbara Gracia Day. It was some great times.
unbelievable stuff, right? And did they
Yes,
tell me that show was canceled for a few years, wasn't it too? And it
yes, it
made a
was.
return.
Right, Fox canceled it, and then ABC brought it back, and they're doing good. So yes, Swifty at heart, big American Idol guy. Anything to do with music. As a matter of fact, tomorrow night at the Carteret Arts Center, 38 special. I'll be there in attendance for that.
No kidding, really.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
tell me a little about Carteret Art Center. I see they're adding a
Oh my
ledger,
God! Dick Pronti talked about the other day.
right?
The Carteret and what they did down there.
Yeah,
He's not kidding. He is not kidding. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Not to knock the Bergen Pack, which I'm a member of too.
right.
But Carteret Art Center, park, eat in the show right there. You don't have to move once you pull in. And then if you
Excellent.
want to do anything pre-show, there's all restaurants as you drive into the place off the turnpike off of exit 12. You can
So
make a whole afternoon there and go for the show. It's incredible.
that's wild. I think it's deceptive because of the turnpike, right, Tony? Like you see Carteret, you see the smokestacks and stuff over there. You don't realize what a great town
Wonderful.
it is.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful. Dan hit it on the head when he talked about the revitalization there. And North Arlington's done a great job, and Harrison's done a great job, and Kearney's doing a great job at trying to, revitalize some of the areas there. So, yeah, it's oh my God, Carteret Art. I'm surprised they never did anything with the Lincoln Theater. You know, for
well,
like an art center.
the building was sold, and since it was sold, I think it was about a year ago, just a little bit over a year ago. We haven't heard anything new from it, and from what I understand, there's a lot of rats and other vermin in that place too. So it really would be good health wise to get that place cleaned out and made into something good. But you're right. I really hope they do something beneficial there and not apartments. That is not a place for apartments, I don't think, really. They were talking about building up over there. So I just can't imagine that, right?
Well, um, mayors take hold, go down to Carteret, see what they did. It's incredible.
Truly, truly
It's
great stuff.
incredible what they did down there.
Yeah.
You know, I think you have to have something for people to go to, entertainment and stuff like that, recreation, sports, entertainment centers. I know on a nice Saturday night, I like to take the wife out and take in a show. I know we just got tickets to coming in June 6th for Frankie Valli there, and it'll be the second time I'm seeing Frankie Valli live
Where's
at
he play?
Carteret Arts Center.
No kidding. Oh my
Yes.
God. That's got to be something. And he's still going strong, right? At his age?
It's the last time I took my mother to a concert a few years ago. May she rest in peace, Mom. We miss you. Um, we went and saw Frankie Valli at the Englewood Pack, down there. And it's actually the Bergen Pack. I'm sorry about that,
Yeah.
Bergen Pack. But what a wonderful show. What a wonderful show. Still has it after all these years.
Wow. That is something. And he was a Belleville guy too, right? I think, or Newark or so, maybe both. I forget what it was.
I think Newark Bevel area. I
Yeah.
used to play those uh, entertainment places on, up in Newark. My mom used to see him live as a kid
That's
up there.
unbelievable, right? Oh my.
Hmm.
If you're
Yeah.
just joining us, Tony Mondaro of the Harrison Weather Center's here. Looking, it's a beautiful day today, but with some unsettled weather coming for the weekend. Now, what does Tony Mondaro do on a given Saturday night? Do you go out for dinner with the missus, or do you see your daughter over the weekend, or is she up on the school campus? So, what's Saturday look like usually?
Well, we get up and Kevin, even though COVID for the most part is kind of calmed down,
Yeah,
we still do a lot of work with surveillance over the weekend, making sure things are ready to go at the emergency squad. So there's at least a few hours spent there at the emergency squad, making sure everything is up and running from the week and making sure that we're ready to go for the new week. It's quieter on the weekend, so we can get a lot of work done. Like tonight, we'll have to wake up earlier, only because a couple of things. Cali likes to come now between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning to pick up the garbage, so I
hmm
got to make sure the Saturday garbage is out. And then it's time for the weather. By that time, the Europeans stopped about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and then we've set up the weather forecast. My wife is an animal lover, so I have to take care of the animals. That's my chore to do that, and then maybe I get a couple of hours of sleep, and then depending on what the day is, we try to relax. And I'm a big law enforcement supporter, so we like to watch Live on Patrol every Friday and Saturday night, starting at 8 o'clock, and that usually puts me to sleep.
What network is that on? I've never seen it, but I've heard it's
It's
been on.
on Reels.
Say
It's
again.
on Reels.
Unreal.
Reels.
Oh, reals.
Yeah,
Okay.
Reels. And yeah, they actually have highlighted the Patterson police during their show.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, it's a good show. And I'm a big public safety fan, so a lot of times I'll be studying videos about our science of emergency medical services, latest and greatest on equipment and training. I'm very much into that. I like doing that stuff, being up on it. You know, I always tell this story. I'm working for the borough of North Arlington now, approaching my 43rd year. But I treat the job, Kevin, like it's my first day. It's
You
a
know
big responsibility there, being an emergency medical service chief, making sure that the residents, visitors of North Arlington are well served by our emergency medical service. And I'll have nothing less than a great service over there. Nothing less. And I think every town deserves to have a good police, fire, and emergency medical service, and DPW. DPW is very important too.
Yes. And when you have people who are surrounding you, like, well, start with you, Mayor Pronti, Scott Hedenberg, my high school classmate Dave Churowski, who I know you know from the CERT team, right, in North Arlington. You have got yourself some phenomenal human beings who work for this borough. So I think they are very, very, they are the lucky ones to have you and the people you're around on a daily basis to protect them. So thank you for all that hard work that you do. It
No,
doesn't
I
go
appreciate
unnoticed.
that, Kevin. And it's unified too. When there's a disaster, house fire, or we have an incident in North Arlington where there's multiple disciplines needed for the incident, we all work together as one. There's no us versus them. We won't have that. Mayor Pronti won't tolerate something like that in our borough administrator and our council. Everybody works together. We have one big happy family there, and a lot of towns don't have that.
Oh, it does
You know,
sound like you're talking about Carney, though, because you know how united they've been lately.
absolutely.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I'm going to hell. Tony, it is always a pleasure to be on the air with you. In fact, I don't like going on the air unless you're with me, to be honest with you. So I am so grateful for this. There's a lot of people here watching us today, including my friends Denise Pavlik, Deborah Garcia, Sean McDonald is here, Kevin Eakins is here, and a whole bunch of others. Thank you for always being such a great support. I could not do this without you.
Kevin, you almost wiggled out of this. Who do you like for the Super Bowl?
I'm going to be honest with you. I have grown away from football. My sport is hockey. Number one. I'm a Devils fan, I think, as you know. I'm disgusted with them. They lost last night again, even though Jack Hughes came back from his injury. I'm a Mets fan, number two. So you can imagine the last 15 years have been utter hell rooting for those two teams. But if I put, you put a gun to my head, I think I'd rather see Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs win for the reason no other than what my uncle said earlier, and that is because Pat Mahomes Sr. pitched for the Mets in 1999 and 2000. So how about a BS reason for a team to win a Super Bowl, right?
And what's the under over on the Taylor Swift cutaways on Sunday? Do you think we see Taylor at least 20 to 30 times?
At least, and her and Travis Kelce's mother, who, by the way, is a doppelganger for my own mother. I wish I had put the picture up. In fact, next week when we get together, I'm going to show you how much they look alike. It's scary how much they look like doppelgangers. So I wish my mother had the kind of money that Travis has, but that's okay. We can.
You almost forgot to tell everybody the big news starting next Friday. What we're going to do.
Okay, why don't you do that? Because you are the best at this.
Oh, I appreciate that, Kevin.
Thank
Well, folks, next Friday, we're going to have a weekly spot with Kevin. Time to be determined yet to see what time we can do that. And then Kevin will be on his lonesome on Tuesday delivering the news. But if there's any weather to talk about, Kevin has agreed to humbly share the studio with me on a Friday. And, I think it's going to work out good. I'm looking forward to it. And if anything, if the weather is quiet on a Friday and we get closer to the warmer weather, Tony can give lawn and garden tips and also the shore weather. So there's always going to be something to talk about. And, of course, we can complain about our New York Mets, and we can also praise how wonderful the New York Yankees are doing. Lisa will appreciate it.
Oh, my God. Oh, that is great. That is great. I would never accuse you of being a BS artist, but that was beautiful, Tony. Thank you very much. You just saved me. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. We have to go there every week, but that was great. But I'll tell you what. Listen, this is not about. This is about you getting your time where you don't have to be on the air with me, and it'd be about like the regular news too. So I can't thank you enough for this, for everything you do for us.
No problem. It's my pleasure. And go Seton Hall Pirates, a big win the other night against Georgetown. So Shaw's doing a pretty good job there. Shanine Holloway, their basketball coach, and we wish them well for the rest of the way.
What's their record right now? Do you know off the top of your head?
I'm not really too sure, Kevin. That's really put me on the spot. I had to write down the current conditions today.
I didn't ask you. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
That's my cheat sheet.
That's okay. You'd be surprised what you can't see under the cameras here, too. So if you ever saw it, one day I'll take pictures and show you. You'd see I cheat a lot, too, so don't worry. Tony, have a great weekend. Thank you for everything.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
All right, we'll see you next week, everybody. Take care. Bye, Tone.